Hello, 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 hello. Sorry for another late start. I'm really trying to work out those tech issues, but it happened again. I had to go back through and restart everything to get it up and working. Oh, hello, Bubby. So, today I'm going to get started on working on the tentacles for the imposter doll, which are going to be made out of fabric. Since that will, if I put a wire into one of the seams, that will make it so that it's fully posable and the fabric will keep it lightweight. So, I'm also going to be doing the fabric pieces in 3 panels. Because I could do them in 2 panels, but that would make it a little bit flat even once I stuff it. So with 3 panels it makes almost more of a triangle shape, which is closer to a circle. And I am using leftover black fabric. I'm probably going to end up painting the details on, but the leftover fabric, that's the nice thing about working on doll scale, is that this is more than enough fabric to get what I need to do done. Yep. And you can paint on fabric as long as you're careful about it. Because if you put too much paint on, it will make the fabric stick, or this kind of sticky and thick, and then it won't really shape the way you want it to. I'm not really gonna pattern these out all that much. And I am also going to be hand sewing these. Because again, I could do this on a machine, but A, that would be difficult to film, and B, that would probably make some problems when I'm working on this small a scale. I might have to cut these pieces down a little bit more to get them to the size that I need to make this happen. Yeah, painting on fabric is horrible. Just don't want to end up making a piece that cracks. Because the fabric is malleable and the paint isn't. Being very careful not to cut my hand. I just have to be very careful with the fabric scissors in particular, because these are very sharp. So I did get a video up on my YouTube, but yeah, these are great scissors. The editing went a little bit wrong, and I only found out afterwards, so I'm probably gonna have to go back and edit that one some more. So, I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna sort of be working with having it be flat on the bottom piece. To sort of mimic an octopus tentacle. And then the wire is going to be sewn into the seam above that. Hmm. Good news is I'm pretty decent at hand sewing, because I've been doing it for a while. I say as I proceed to horribly tangle my thread before I've even started on the project. Boop. There we go. Did my nails all nice for today's stream. Yeah. That's really important for any art. It's I was doing the filming for the profile picture one, I did recording and drawing for like I think it was an hour and a half straight. Boop. I know there are ways to do this kind of thing that involve... Thank you! Yeah. I'd put some glitter on my thumbs, which is very nice because it is shiny. I love shiny things. I have had these nails done for like a day or like 2 days, and I've already had to touch them up once because I craft too much and they get chipped. But hopefully this should dissuade me from biting my nails so much. If they're so pretty and I don't want to mess them up. I'm doing a whip stitch around the edges. That's also part of why I wanted to do this by hand. It makes it a little bit simpler in terms of how much seam allowance you have to do and all of that, because you can do this kind of thing on a sewing machine, but it's very difficult and you usually have to use a serger for it. Yeah, no, I've tried that before where I paint my nails, and this time I can power through this. But I do not feel like learning how to use the serger. Because I have one of those, technically. Or I could just do it like this. Just a whip stitch around the edges to clean it up. There's a step that would make this much easier. I should pin it so it doesn't slide around. Not quite as good at these I guess more professional sewing projects, because most of my experience is just from fixing things. There we go. That should help. Yes. I have the jar of pins, which I keep in a drawer for some reason. Kind of weird having a jar in a drawer. That feels like it's just gonna spill. And it probably might. Actually, no, it definitely has before. I need to figure out a better way to store those. Just checking. Yes, that's so the seam I'm making. It's not very clean. Need to get better at being more precise with my stitches, but it should work. Phone. Why is phone going? Ah. Phone is going because you are calling more people. Thanks, Bubby. I really need to remember to... Yes. My steams are a mess, but they hold very well. Really need to remember to mute my phone and stuff before I get started streaming if I want to be a little bit more professional about this. Yeah, come on. Okay, that was a nice stitch. That was so smooth. Wow. Of course, the balance of the universe must be restored, so my next stitch is going to be a mess. Yeah, this style of doing things where you sew a wire into the fabric is something I've done before. Yes. Every time you have a messy stitch, you're just setting yourself up for a very clean one. Like that. Oh. I might end up doing some of these off camera because this is a process that takes a while. But the thing where I sew the joint piece out of fabric and then stick a wire in, I did on... Hang on, let me grab her. Dropping things. This doll. So the tail piece has one in the back, and then all of these fins have wires in them, so they pose nicely. Yeah. This one was a bit of a collaboration because my mom designed the face, and then I painted over it and did all of that. Pretty sure that was actually one of the first 2 dolls I ever finished up. Because I'm pretty decent at this, but I'm also pretty new to the hobby. Yeah. I gotta say, the doll customizing community is top notch, especially on YouTube. Everyone's really nice. I say that as if I've actually interacted with any of them directly, but you know. Guess it's to make up for the inherent gruesomeness of the hobby. Just the sweetest people. So the duality of doing this kind of art, actually of doing any art in a way, is that you're always going to be ruining something. Because you have to have something to do artwork on. Yes. I am 100% a mad scientist and also very nice. That is a perfect definition. I'm just hanging out, inventing weird things. Sitting there with 2 live motors in my hands and laughing maniacally as I design a particle shooter. Yes. You can be an evil mad scientist, but where's the fun in it? Don't do this. Come on. No. My thread has knotted itself. Can I fix it? Maybe. Let's see. Yes. Oh, come on. Fix yourself. I thought I told you to be quiet. Shush. There we go. My phone never listens to me. At this point, I'm pretty sure it's sentient. Just does as it will. This is why I'm always nice to my technology. Is that my technology behaves in strange ways. I'm just gonna... Yeah. Okay, how and why are you still tangled? I thought I fixed this. Alright. It's okay. Yeah. I feel that. Oh hey, I got 2 viewers now. Nice. According to my stream analytics, yes, they do. It's just that is why I was late today, because I was fiddling around with my settings, trying to figure out what was wrong, and then I just restarted the software and it worked perfectly. It's like, come on, really? Now you're just taunting me. Okay, will you fix yourself? Problem is, I don't know if the software should be regarded as a separate being from the computer. At this point, with the amount that it acts up on me, I'm almost considering Streamlabs to be its own entity. So my computer is a person and Streamlabs is a separate person. Yeah. It's messy. The seam is looking pretty clean though there. Once again, I guess I paid the price for having it cooperate. And that if the seam is working, something else has to go wrong. Yeah, yeah. I guess it could also be considered, I guess anything that runs online is its own entity. I mean, that's just technically true. It's just if your computer is running its own version of something that is your computer. But if it's running something from online that is still connected, it's a separate thing running in tandem. Always be nice to your electronics. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be working on these off camera. Which I am okay with doing, as if I'm demonstrating the process as I go along. Oh, come on. Don't be like this. I've just sort of... Yes. Even if my electronics are mean to me, I will always be nice to them. They're trying. Mostly pleasantly surprised by how well my little laptop is running Streamlabs and Twitch and all of this. It's just wow. And it's still going smoothly. Don't mind me, I have some technically it's from a coffee shop, but it isn't coffee because I don't do coffee. It is a coffeeless coffee. I'm very proud of my little computer. They work so hard. Also, because I have a tendency to humanize everything, and I'm also, like, aggressively trans rights activist, I will switch out which pronouns I'm using for which electronics all the time. It's also good to practice your pronoun usage not on a person, in case you get it wrong, so you can just keep going. Can you not be doing that, sir? There we go. Hopefully my phone will listen to me now. Come on. Cooperate. There we go. Boop. So I provide my own sound effects for my streams. Geek! Yay! You're here! Hello! I'm making fabric tentacles. Welcome to the show. According to my stream analytics, I sometimes get up to 7 viewers at a time. No, closer to octopus tentacles. I sometimes get up to 7 viewers at a time on Twitch during a stream, and I have been keeping an eye on my view count, and it never goes up to that when I'm streaming, and then after the stream it says that it did. And I am a little bit confused. Yes, tentacles. Very good tentacles. Boop. Almost done with this seam. Also, because of the way the seam's going, it's kind of getting a twist to it, which is nice. Yeah, I don't know why that is. It just happens. Yes, an octentacle. That is the prod. Hey! Hello. Hi, Armel. Yes. I've never watched it, but I've been told that it's good. We're making tentacles. I'm just gonna check that seam. Yeah! I've been told that that's a good one, and I've seen it around, but never actually watched. Alright. Now here's the complicated part. There we go. I like to use coated wire, especially when I'm working with fabric, because if you're using regular, even if it is stainless steel, it can still tarnish a bit and rub off on the fabric, and that can stain it. Okay. Now here is the complicated seam. Because I need to sew in a strip of fabric as well as a wire. Yes. Yes, it was. I have a, not technically a coffee, because I don't do coffee, but pretty much. Thing is, when you order a coffeeless coffee drink, you basically just get, like, a very sugary smoothie. Look at me, hydrating on stream. Yes, please, everyone, stay hydrated. Stay hydrated or Armel will take your knees. I'm pretty sure you might just take my knees anyway because you think I'm too tall. Nice. Yay, go get your lemonade. Lemonade is very good. Okay. I forgot how hard it is to sew a wire into a seam as you're working on it. It is a little bit difficult. Alright. Especially when you drop the piece of fabric you're supposed to be sewing on. Where did I even put it? Hold on a minute, guys. There's an issue. Oh, there it is. Okay. Ah, yes, ghost time. It is spoopy day. I think it's kind of fitting that the day I start working on the tentacles is also spoopy day. Okay. So that into place. All right. Yee. There are many spoopy things going on. I was gonna say, I think this is the most active I've had the chat, just because I have all of you guys here. It's nice. Nice. Get me some spoops. Although no trick-or-treating. Sad. I can't do horror movies, so the current running plan is that we're just gonna go watch a bunch of Studio Ghiblis. Because that's a little bit spooky. In a calming sort of manner. Yes, we water. Still very much on the subject of hydration over there. No trick or treat. I have never watched that one. No. Yeah, that should not be a kid's movie. I do believe that is... Yeah. Because the kid wanted to hear how it ended, so lied about being scared, so it ended up being published as a kid's book despite being too scary. I'm scared of it and I haven't even watched it. See, I'm just sewing around the wire as I'm doing this seam. It's very weird that I, as a person who does not go in for horror, makes projects like these. guess it's a matter of, most of my characters that look like horror monsters are actually the good guys. Yeah. Putting wire. So I like the aesthetic, but I don't necessarily like the evil. I feel like that's my my statement on most things that are evil. It's just, yes, I like creepy. Creepy is good. Nice aesthetic. Seems like my initial prediction is right, though, that I am going to get more audience on the weekends because that's when I'm streaming, not... It's when I'm streaming at like noon instead of really, really late. So here's when I get the people that have reasonable sleep schedules and or the people that live in different time zones. Yeah, but that's just like fitting for you though, Armel. Yeah. I say, I've known you for like a month, and I have never known you to sleep at a reasonable time. Hey, I have a good sleep schedule. Usually sleep by like 10:30 at the latest. And I'm up between 6 and 8. Why are you such a stereotypical college student? And then, usually to finish these off, I'll take the end of the wire and tuck it around. So I've been told. Boop. Yeah, because then it's not gonna pull out. There we go. So that's what we're looking at so far. And then it wraps around. And makes the tube that roots into here and makes a posable tentacle. So I need to make sure I remember to leave a space open so that I can stuff it. Yes, you are. My goal right now is to get Armel to sleep at a regular time. Because I'm very good at making people go to sleep. It has been said before that I am the only person who Bubby will listen to about this. I have not stopped growing. We have the opposite problem. And I still sleep a lot. Why are you so short? You guys are all so tiny. And I'm over here being 5'9". Which is honestly not that tall, but apparently it is to you. Yeah, yeah. Finally an explanation for why I'm so tall. I sleep so much. Well, you're okay. Sleep is important, yes. Everybody, sleep. Yes, Home Depot, the most reliable. What's really fun is when you're in a big group chat with a bunch of other people, and the people aren't even in a different time zone, and you're asleep at a regular hour, and then you wake up, and there was a weird-ass conversation going on at 2 a.m. And it's just, yep. Alright, there we go, I'm back. Yay! My microphone came unplugged. It does that. I need to fix that. Let's see. Should, Yay! Yeah. I was just saying, it's nice having friends in a bunch of different time zones. Because then, even when you should be asleep and you're not, you still always have somebody to talk to. And you don't have to feel bad about keeping people up. There we go. Come on. Yeah. Here's a slightly depressing statement. I'm still getting used to having friends. Like, people who I actively talk to all the time. Yeah. You guys are great, though. I love you guys. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Every time you guys show up to a stream, it gets just so sappy. You guys have any Halloween plans? What with the inability to party and the limited trick-or-treating? Yes, exactly. Hmm. Oh, that's fun. Yeah. Have to check that out. Yeah, hanging out with your family is usually fun. As long as they're a family you get along with. Oh no. Oh, Stitch went wrong. There we go. Fixed it up. is a little bit hard to invert things when they have a wire sewn in. Yeah. As I said, as long as their family get along with, it works out. I'm thinking maybe I should start interacting more with the Twitch community, but I don't know. Since I guess I'm a part of that now. Boop. Yeah, yeah. Thing is, it's a little bit difficult for me to get involved in the community, I guess, because you see, most people are doing content that's kind of similar to each other, and I'm over here. I am the entirety of, or to my knowledge at least, the entirety of the doll customizing community on Twitch. There just isn't one. Yeah. It's the thing, it's a very niche little corner I've found here. So I don't expect to take off at all, like any of the other gaming channels and things do. But, you know. Okay, now I have to face the challenge of trying to invert this thing. Okay, how do you do this? Don't know if I left a big enough opening to... Inversion. Okay. I can probably... It's difficult when you have to do it around a wire. I have a hemostat, though. This might help. Or it might not. I don't know. Okay. Can I pull the seam with the wire out like that? Maybe. worked a little bit. Kind of success. I guess I'll call it progress. It'd be easier if this would stop sliding around. I'd have to go off camera for a second here as I figure out how to make this work. Break stream. Okay. Well, that didn't work. Well, it did a bit. You can kind of see what I was going for there, but the stitches are a bit off. So I might end up having to do this on a machine. I don't know what I did wrong, though, because I've done that before. Oh, wait, yes, I do. When I did that before, it was on a bigger piece and on a stretchier fabric, so that would explain the problem. Well, maybe I should try patterning out the pieces first, to be honest. So, that was not a success, but I'm not ready to call it a failure yet, because I did learn something from it. That was one iteration that didn't happen to work in the way I expected it to. So, this is the piece that I'm going to rig it into, which attaches to the back, like that. This is just a hunk of foam I sanded down over my last stream. So, I can try drawing out... Oh yeah, here's the thing, this is a monolith pencil, which is really nice because that means that this is a solid piece of graphite. It has no wood in it. So, you can do that. That's the outlook I try to keep with these things. Is that wasn't a failure, it just wasn't a success. Because it's never a failure so long as you learn something along the way. Yes. I have a big bag of just styrofoam. This was carved down and then sanded. I have a big bag of styrofoam for that purpose. Don't mind me, I'm using two different pencils here because one of them has an eraser and the other one works. You gotta learn something, I guess. I think that's the key that a lot of people don't understand. Is that it sounds really ridiculously simple, but I find, in my experience, that the key to being smart is just to learn things. You just sort of take mental notes on literally everything. That's valid. Arguably, there is no knowledge in my brain either, it's just... I have good memory. Rather, I have knowledge, but I don't have common sense. And I also have a water bottle, so I can hydrate. Just sort of looking at the sizing that I want to do. Then, if this breaks away here, I'm wondering if it might be easier. If I had it, when I'm doing, because I want to have the tentacles kind of branch off, which is very rare in nature, but is nice in horror. All of my successes are a complete mystery to me. But then what I'm wondering is if it would work better if I had those breaking off at a seam, or if I had them breaking off on one of the sides. Because I think it might be easier putting it on the sides. Yes. Bioengineering in my brain is yelling at me to be compliant with nature, but no. Today is not that day. So, I'm almost thinking if I want to do it sort of thinking about how I'm gonna create branching in the tentacles, and I'm almost wondering if I could do it instead of just having the straight pieces. I mean, those will still be a part of it, but can I fix the lighting here so that it's easier to see what I'm doing? Now it's dark. Hey, that helped. The solution was to banish the sun. So I just have the ring light on it. I think that helps. So, then I could almost structure it or as, so then this piece folds over and another piece sews on top to continue going up. And that's how you make a piece of corn, apparently. Still fidgeting around with my lighting to see what's gonna work. Yeah, who needs the sun? Think about how I could structure this. Because if I have it coming off of one of the sides... Yes, it's corn. Corn cob. So if I have all of the branching pieces, which might be a little bit longer, coming out off of the side piece, I have to glue in the wire, obviously, but, hold on, let me draw that in a little bit darker so it's easier for you guys to see. There we go, that worked. So then I could just have the base of this one be open and kind of sew it against this and maybe glue the piece of wire in place, and then it'll hold in, because I could do it so it's on a joint, and that would certainly create an effect, but I think that would be a little bit more difficult because I'd have to measure out all of that, and I don't feel like working on that. You have broken me. That is such a dumb joke. Why, Bubby? Why must you do this? So I think that's how I'm going to do that. And I might do a little bit more work of that before the next stream. But I do have some body mod work to do. Which is always a fun kind of work to be doing. Oh good, the clay's dried out a little bit since last I used it. And not by much, I'm still becoming clay. Oh wait, are we negotiating the black market sale of your body parts? Yes, I become clay. So, guess what I'm making out of clay today? It's teeth. Lovely. Just free body parts. Gotta see if I can figure out how to make teeth happen. Yes, that it is. Swear that wasn't planned, it just... Oh no. Do not crack your teeth. Is that like cracking your knuckles, but worse? Oh, wow. Yeah, please don't chip that. That sounds expensive. I say as if chipping a regular tooth wouldn't also be expensive. I'm done with the piece. I can probably reintroduce the sun to my environment, which is a healthy decision. My teeth are all pretty good. Which is shocking, seeing as I haven't... Or maybe it's par for the course, because I haven't had to, but seeing as I haven't been to the dentist in... like... yeah, over 10 years now. Nice. Yes, then please don't chip it. I would hate to for you to have to go back. Just keep filling it in with temporaries. That's the plan. You just have one brightly colored tooth. It's true, that is the perfect emote for concealing pain. Look at that. Let's see if I can... Camera. Behave. Do I need to... Sort of carved in some teeth. I don't know how well you can see that. They're very small. Yeah. Tentacles and teeth, a fitting Halloween theme. I have to do that in here. The other mouth. The joint I repaired is holding up pretty well to all of this, which is nice. Given that the repair consisted of me gluing a piece of popsicle stick onto it and hoping. 2 mouths. And both of them are massive. This guy can talk a lot. Was it Dem said in the chat the other day, I have many mouth and I scream often. Oh, thank you. Why must time move slowly? I was gonna say, good news is I'm very easy to make laugh. So, you will hear that often. Yeah. Here we go. Focus. There, carving in stomach teeth. Just legitimately using the tip of a mechanical. Ow. Just using the tip of a mechanical pencil here to make those tiny little engravings. You know, I know I'm doing sharp teeth because it has a horror element to it, but also my brain is just yelling at me that that means it eats fish. There we go. Come on. It's a little bit hard to get the camera to focus on it because it's all white clay. I might get a different color next time because I'm just gonna paint over it anyway. I also have to carve away some of the clay where the tongue comes out and all of the tentacles, just to make some room. So it looks like they're going over top of the teeth. Stomach teeth. Absolutely terrifying. Alright. Also, rude. And to want to build up some more material to give it a bit more of a three-dimensional look on the stomach tentacles. Tentacles doesn't sound like a word anymore. Little tongue. Yeah. Mouth. I got distracted by the ghost? That is a concerning statement. Mouths, yes. Yeah. Why? Yes. I got distracted by the ghost. An understandable thing to be distracted by. There we go. Yeah, there it is, focusing in. Honestly, it's probably going to be the paint job that makes all of this really pop out. So I might be able to... might do some more sanding, maybe off stream or on stream if I have time next time. And then I should be able to get started on the paint job. Mouth. Big ol' mouth. Gotten down to the bottom of my drink, which is the worst part. I It's like, I love the taste, but also I cannot do the texture of whipped cream. Now I am torn. It is delicious, but also painful. Hands you whipped cream. There we go. Just kind of smoothing it down. Yep, just a handful of whipped cream. Thrown at my computer screen. Yep. Scrapey, scrapey, scrapey. This is normally where I'd end the stream, but because when I'd end the stream, but because I got such a late start, because tech issues, I might hang around for another half an hour, just to keep the stream up to length. Eh. Stretch, because I've been leaning around my tripod for an hour and a half. Big stretch. And drink some water. Oh no. The ghost. Ghosts shall happen soon. You're good. Ah! Don't do that. I tried to blow away some of the powder from the sanding, and it just went everywhere. Do the big stretch. I invite you to also do the big stretch. It is healthy. Hello. I don't know if you can see it, but a moth just flew into frame out of nowhere. Where did it come from? Where did it go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Well, he's back. Don't think you can see him, but he's messing around with the adjustments on my camera by being here and trying to make it focus on that. Weird little moth. Where did moth come from? Yes, little moth. Just a little guy. There was a rabbit by my window earlier, too. Another welcome visitor. Where are you going, bud? Going over there? Okay. I would like to not accidentally squish my visitor. There we go. That cleaned it up a little bit. Yeah. Bunnies. We get a bunch of them this time of year. Granted, we get a bunch of them year-round. Nice thing about living in a forest. Always have a bunch of weird animal visitors coming around. We had to take some of the bird feeders down, though. They were attracting mice. I think the biggest thing we've ever had come through is sometimes there's a herd of deer from the nearby park that comes through the yard. Yee. It's great. I love having animals that just stop by. keep painting my nails for these. Squirrels. What kind of squirrel, though, is the real question. Need to work on my skills, though, of getting it all within the line, so I don't have to do quite that many coats again, but... it's fun, you know? Yeah, because if you're in the United States, that's either going to be a gray squirrel or a red squirrel, and if it's a red squirrel, then that's kind of a big deal because they're a little bit more endangered. What? Why are you doing this, phone? Behave. Yeah, so it's gonna be a... Oh, really? Because red squirrels are also a little bit smaller than gray squirrels, usually. I don't know if you could hear that, but I just opened my water bottle and then immediately dropped the lid on the floor. Wonderful job. 10 out of 10. The thing about doing Twitch, too, is that there's an option to change what kind of streams you're doing from stream to stream. And I know that's for gamers, but it's nice to know that I wouldn't have to make a second channel if I ever decided to do a different kind of content with it. The thing is, I have like a million hobbies, so I don't know which one I would I would want to make into a streaming thing. There's a bunch of other art stuff I do, but to be honest, I wouldn't be horribly opposed to start doing some gaming streams sometimes. Oh. Granted, once again, keeping in mind that my taste in games is, impeccable in that it is either very old or very unknown games. Yeah. I have to, figure out how to get the, schedule running with which ones I'm doing. Got all distracted. It's alright. That's alright. Yes. The weird games. But if I could get my schedule working, then I could, really it is working, I just need to, start scheduling what I'm gonna do in my streams ahead of time. But if I can get that running, then I can start, I guess, expanding what I'm working with. That's the thing. I always kind of wanted to start doing YouTube and Twitch stuff, but I was also always kind of like, yes, but the things I do are the most random. So, like, it's never gonna be consistent for what things I'm gonna be working on. I'm gonna try to keep projects going in all of the different hobbies, but I guess I just sort of ended up in the hole of nobody's gonna, looking up to all of these other creators and thinking, yeah, but these people are out here, and who would want to watch my stuff when there are these people? Just decided, to heck with it. I might as well try. I'm glad I did. I guess the thing that you have to remember... Yes, yeah. The thing that you have to remember with this kind of stuff is that most people don't watch for the content as much. Because it's almost always the person who's talking and the personality that is why people keep watching it. Just have a lump of clay here. Messing around with it. Yeah, because I know I want to keep doing the doll stuff for sure, but I just... Now what? There are so many things I could do with this channel, and I know it's going to be really fun and exciting no matter what direction I decide to go with it. Clay. I might just try doing a bunch of different things and see which ones stick. I have clay. Squish. Squish. It's the other thing that's nice to do when you have clay and you're working on a doll is to because most of the pieces are labeled somewhat. Like the bottom of the foot says R1, and you can cover that up with either clay or sanding, and it gives it a little bit more of a professional look. Yeah. There we go. I got rid of most of it. Yeah. I think that's part of why I got into the, some of the more creative hobbies, is that they are the best stimmy things that I've found. And that you're doing something, but also you can feel the clay or the vibration that the pencil makes on the paper. And it's really, really calming. Yes, steam. Gonna need to steal a new hunk of sandpaper soon. This one's getting a little bit used. Other thing that I honestly was not expecting as much of is just the people popping in and watching for like a few minutes and then heading back out, and these are people I do not know. And that's really exciting. It's just that people are finding my channel on their own. Wow. Probably wrap up the stream about now. It's been about 2 hours. So, as I continue to not have a scripted outro, thank you so much for coming in today. Next stream is probably going to be on Monday, as usual. And I'm probably going to be working on getting the tentacles set up and sanding everything down. Yes, I am getting visitors. It's amazing. But for the sake of consistency here, I guess. Even though I know you guys already know all this, my YouTube and my Tumblr are at CJM Customs. And my Twitter and my Instagram are at CustomCJM. So I post some progress shots over there of any projects I'm working on, and I usually also make a post before I go live. So that you can make sure you never miss the streams. Yeah. I should come up with a post-stream screen so that I can pull up. Probably wouldn't take long to make. Maybe I'll do that for next stream. Yeah, thanks for doing that, Armel. Yes, I love you too. Love you too, games. See you guys later.